So, you all have entered Ghorryn, this town that you had heard of, that you were seeking because of the man there, Balladry. He is known throughout the rest of the Heart, and specifically to your employers, because he has spread news and knowledge that he has attained some kind of truth of the Heart. Some kind of perception of what the Heart actually is, what its purpose might be. And this news that he spread has drawn travelers from all across the rest of the Heart to come to this place. People seeking knowledge, other mages, all of these things. Many kinds of people are here. In the time that you've been here, you have taken a chance to mend some of your wounds and recover a little bit. Jess.
/Jen?
/Jen.
Great.
Isn't there a mechanic for...
That's what I was about to talk about.
Yeah.
How does mend work exactly? Mending?
Let me triple check.
It looks like you use different skills to heal.
When
right?
when you're in a haven, I believe you can, or no, it's not just when you're in a haven. Are we looking at healing?
Mm-hmm. Healing.
You need the domain most relevant to the injury, loss, or location in which it took place. So you roll Wild, Spite, Haven for a gunshot, Desolate for exhaustion, Occult for mind-addling hex. So I'm guessing it's like you have a skill in healing the specific harm.
Right. Does anyone have a skill that could apply? If not, we'll just
I do have the mend skill, but I believe that's more geared towards like equipment. My smoker does need to be mended.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll say,
but I have a limp, which would be like, I don't know, endure or something.
Well, when you do attempt to remove stress, the active player makes a check using the mend skill and the domain.
The thing that's specific to the harm is the domain, not the skill. It looks like it's always a mend roll, but then you add, like, for example, if you want to help me with my shark bites, we could do mend, and then what would the domain for that make sense? Would that be wild? Like,
wild would make sense. Yeah, wild would make sense. Wild makes sense to me.
I don't remember all the domains off the top of my head.
Cursed, Desolate, Haven, Occult, Religion,
oh wait, they're
Technology,
on the list. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Wild.
Because the domain we're in right now is a haven.
It is an occult haven.
But we took the damage somewhere. Where is wild coming from?
So I think it's not about like where you were when you took the damage. It's like what type of knowledge would you need to deal with that specific harm. So if like an animal bite, you would need knowledge in the domain of wild to deal with it. That's what I'm picking up on. Does that sound right?
That sounds right to me. So does anyone have any knowledge in wild?
I have occult. If wild is like the natural world, were they some kind of like monsters? I mean, they were like a hybrid of...
Oh, wait, straight up, my injuries, or at least 3 of my blood stresses, came from my, like, cursed blade.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe you could help me.
Okay, great. How do we do that?
So it would be a mend plus domain check. So I guess the plus domain is the thing I'm slightly confused about.
It's just you roll the number of dice if you've got it. But I think...
Oh, so if you don't have a specialty in domain. Yeah, okay. So yeah,
you might only be able to mend yourself, right? Or do you think you can... It says, when attempting to remove stress, the active player makes a check using the mend skill and the domain most relevant to the injury, loss, or location.
So you can mend someone else's blood or mind, but it doesn't look like you can mend someone else's echoes or fortune or supplies. Because like mend plus domain can patch another character up, or it can help calm another character down.
And it's you actually shouldn't mend yourself because
Risky,
doing a mend
yes,
to yourself
yes.
is risky.
Oh,
Well, it depends on the mend. Mending your own mind is risky, and your own
Yeah,
blood, but it
blood
doesn't
and
say about
mind.
echo fortunes.
Yeah.
plus.
Echo and Fortune you can't mend.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep.
But yeah, I would love some mending.
I actually am not sure what a haunt is. Mikey, do you know what a haunt is?
Oh yeah, a haunt is like. Oh yes. So haunts are specific areas in a haven or just any kind of like core location that's like for example, like it could be something like a bar or like a specific like spot. That's what a haunt is.
I gotcha. So another thing I'm trying to figure out, because there are haunts, I'm trying to figure out if we need to be at a haunt to heal. Is that?
no, Rules Lawyer, please.
I mean, there's probably haunts here. We're in a haven.
Well, we've
yeah, that
never
actually-
been here before, right?
You could do you could roll to see if you are able to find something.
Well, this feels. What are haunts? Where are you reading about haunts? Like, what page are
Haunts
we
are
in?
like shops, I believe. Like they're like.
Haunts are like shops.
Where in the book are you?
I got away from it, so I'm going back real quick.
Playing Cookie Clicker.
Individual areas within havens can remove stress from your character's resistances. Listed next to each haunt are the resistances that they can access and the maximum amount of stress they can remove. Page 130.
An hour before my dentist appointment.
That's funny.
So that's like all of the information. So haunts are places that listed beside the haunt, it tells you what it can heal and how much it can heal. So basically there are ways to mend each other, but the best way to mend is to go to a haunt to get mended.
And do you have to expend a resource to do that? When you access a haven's haunts, you have to pay for using the services. The most common way to do this is to trade. You can exchange resources to access an equivalent dice worth of refresh up to the dice listed next to the haunt. I see. So I think we can attempt to mend outside of a haunt.
Hey,
Yeah.
using my deep apiarist, I have the skill mend and the domain occult. How many dice do I roll to mend promise? 3. Thank you.
To
They're
blood
D6s?
mend me
To blood mend.
specifically. They're D10s.
D10.
If it's an occult wound, is it an occult wound
It's a
or a
cursed
wild
wound.
wound? A
It's a
cursed
cursed
wound.
wound,
Okay, so
the
then you
one.
only roll 2.
Or wait, on promise, what you have?
Me and what we were talking about with that is I definitely had 1 stress from getting bitten, like from getting attacked, but the rest of my 3 were from my hungry knife, which is bloodbound and dangerous. It's like a magical item, so that's why I thought it probably would be a different domain than wild.
Yes, it is a different domain.
Would it be occult, or are we thinking cursed?
Cursed.
So then it's cursed, so you just get 2.
All right. What happens if I fail? And what am I aiming to surpass?
Always aiming to surpass 5.
If you fail, I believe you will take stress.
Yeah, if you fail, you take stress. If you're above,
Yes.
so with every roll, you always want to roll above a 5 because 5 or below is failure. Anything above 5 is a success.
And if you fail, you take stress to supplies specifically.
All right. 2 D10s. We ready?
Yep.
Let's get this game rolling. Promise I could take a look at that. I feel like I may have read something about shark bites in one of my macabre stories.
I just hold my. I think I stabbed myself in the leg. I just stick my leg out to you, right? That's what I did. I stabbed myself in the leg and got bitten.
I guess a shark couldn't have done this. I got a 9.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, that's a full success. You take no stress for that.
Does this feel better?
And then I remove a D4 of stress. Yay! Yay! That
Did you get
is
4?
2. No, it's 2. So I'm removing 2 stress from my blood. And I say, thank you for that.
Does anyone
appreciate
else
it.
need some help? I actually kind of do. So, how do I go about mending
I
myself?
could attempt to help you.
Oh, thanks, Pride.
What is it that you, what is the injury you've suffered?
Blood.
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 I start looking through the pack of like supplies that we've been keeping, and I'm like, let me see what I can find for you.
Thanks, and wow, you were a real hero back in that fight. You were shooting those gun and scaling the wall, and I sure was glad we had you as part of the pack.
Yes. It is all in a day's work. What sort of injury is this?
This, I believe, the shark thing bit me, so...
We said
Would that be
wild.
wild? All right. This is one die.
I sure hope I don't.
Do you want... Oh, I was going to say I could do it because I have protection to supplies.
I do too, which is why I was
Okay,
offering.
cool.
Unless
Rad.
you're offering help.
Can I?
If
Yeah.
you've got
Not a mechanic?
wild or mend.
No.
Wait, I have a resource that's a D6 wild that comes with my class, which is a fresh twitching heart.
I don't know if that would apply to this specifically.
Yeah, you would only be able
what
to.
does apply
if you
is the
eat
fact
it.
that
Oh,
if I
yes.
eat it, I get the domain.
Okay, cool, sick.
Yeah, so I just Nox walks forward, chewing on this red heart. I could probably help with this. And he is going to gain the wild domain temporarily.
How long does that last?
Until the end of the situation, right?
Yes, until the end of the situation. Cool.
Great.
This is spectacular.
Want some?
I'm all right for now.
I'll try it.
If you are serious, I'd recommend you start small and expand your palate after.
Okay. I'd take a bite.
Great. Give me a D10.
Well, I do have the mark of hunger.
What does that do?
I just can taste and smell sources of magical power. So that's
I mean,
why I'm interested in this.
Still a D10.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do I have a domain in this or anything? Is this discerning or delving?
You're delving into me.
Am I
Endure?
discerning?
I could say you're discerning, I guess.
I'm discerning what the heck this is.
You don't
I
have
do
to
think
give
this
that
is.
to her.
I do think this is risky, though.
Okay.
Because you're eating a raw heart.
I'm taking a little bite.
Yeah, it's still raw.
It's like the Squidward bite. Just the
Okay. I rolled a 9 and a 5.
So you take a 5. Yes. And so you fail.
Oh no.
Oh, you're trying to beat a 5.
You're trying to beat a 5.
Devastating.
Yeah. So you bite into this heart, into the small bit of heart.
Is it magical?
I just killed the thing and then
It's
took its heart
not
out.
magical at all.
It's
It's
just wild.
it's just a heart. As you bite into this thing, you start to feel really sick. Like you're starting to have you ever had your stomach kind of convulses and retracts into itself as you
You did this voluntarily.
Yeah, we're just doing damage to ourselves for no reason.
I liked trying things.
I forgot we were healing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you kind of convulse and feel like you're going to begin to vomit as you take D6 to your blood.
Cool.
You take 2 stress to
Cool.
blood. So that 2 you gained goes back
That's
again.
perfect. I'm breaking even.
And we're going to roll a D12.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do I take stress to my mind? Like, I've been trying to do things that get me stress, but I feel like we're mostly in the realm of blood right now.
And like seeing things that are crazy. I can like seeing things that you can't comprehend, specific enemies,
Or like failing like social encounters, right?
failing
Would that-
social
Okay.
encounters. Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Sorry, I'm trying to find a list of the different things. Okay, yeah. And, how much stress do you have?
4.
Okay.
And remember, it's the total stress across all tracks.
I rolled a
have 4.
5, so you do not suffer a fallout yet.
I only have blood stress right now.
Beautiful.
So, Anish, essentially what you just did was consume your resource just to give me 1 extra die in this roll.
Yes.
All right. And it was worth it because that is an 8.
Great. Yeah, so you got an 8. What are you trying to do specifically?
I'm healing the blood stress on Grex.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, that's a success. You take no stress from that.
I find a very, very long bandage and then like one of those, I was gonna say one of those like dog cones, but I won't do that. A very, very long bandage, and I'm like, I think this will do the trick. And I begin wrapping it around you.
Beautiful. Yeah, so, and you gain D4, right?
Works for me. Yes? D4?
Yeah,
roll a D4.
You roll a d4. Yes.
I'm starting to wish I had kept my beat where I help someone for leverage, but...
I can help you with leverage. What do you need?
Oh, don't worry about it. This was free of charge.
Okay, so I healed 2 of the bloods. Oh, that's a bit
Beautiful.
easier to walk on, especially with the heavy chains. And then I also need to mend my smoker, but that, I'm going to argue, is a technology domain.
Yeah, I'd say it's a technology.
Mending equipment is different.
I thought this was the play episode. This is feeling a lot like Reed.
Oh.
Do you have the PDF open?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just curious. if you were reading anything.
We got 2 different GMs. Why don't...
Okay, I
Damn.
am wrong.
What was that? What'd you say?
Not saying it again.
Holy shit. What were you that
I'm
about?
just kidding. I say that all the time. I'm wrong.
Okay. Any objections to me rolling 3d10? 1 to try, 2 because I have the men's skill, and 3 because I have the technology domain. Hooray! Ooh!
Sorry, repeat that. You said you got what?
Well, I was saying something absolutely ridiculous, which is that I would roll 3d10, and clearly that's not how the men's skill works for equipment, so why don't you tell me what I should do instead?
Did you roll 3 ones?
It doesn't matter, because that is...
Because you did it wrong, so we should
Right.
do what's
Roll
correct.
3 ones.
How should we be mending equipment?
Yeah, how should we mend our
Yeah,
equipment?
how do we mend
Tori,
equipment?
Yeah.
did you roll
Mikey,
3 ones?
do you know the rules? Do you know how mending equipment works?
We should take a look at
Jess,
it.
Jess, what do you say?
Yeah, rules lawyer.
What if he said?
Some rules lawyer didn't read all 226 pages.
Hey,
of
it's
this.
pro bono. It's pro
Yeah,
bono. You get what you pay for.
That's what I said. 226.
You
It's
get what
a
you
lot
pay
of
for,
pages.
which is nothing.
If you give us $5 on Ko-fi,
I'll do one
Kofi?
for free.
We will read-
dance for $5. I fucked that one up.
I'll read all the rules for no money.
Okay, I'll do it for free.
Mending resources. Example resources. Hold on.
I think
equipment.
it is just a rule. No. Mend equipment is not what you think it is, Mikey. This book, okay. Grant Howard and Christopher Taylor, I respect you very much as writers. However, I do feel that you could have used different words for the equipment and the categories of equipment than linking them all with skills, because that's extremely confusing. When you're referring to mend equipment, you have a whole section that's labeled mend equipment, but what you mean is equipment that mends instead of mending equipment.
Whoa.
So you can't fix your...
And there are
your
several points. No, you can, I think. Probably. I mean,
I think you can.
it's a
What
game.
else
Just
is
do
the
it.
men's skill for?
Except you didn't because you rolled poorly.
I'm pretty sure that we did it correctly. That like
So
if
yeah,
you're-
I think
if it's
I think we did it correctly. You just rolled very
What did you
poorly.
roll?
I rolled 3 ones.
That's tough. Wow.
I mean,
wow,
at this
wow.
point, like, I feel you've earned that failure.
Yeah.
So yes, Grex, with those ones, that is a critical failure. So you're going to take double stress. And I'm going to say, because you're trying to mend one of your equipment, specifically, you're going to take supplies stress. So I'm going to roll 2d6. I got a 4, and I got a 2. So you take 6 stress to your supplies. And now I'm going to roll
so
the
bad.
d12 to see if you take a fallout.
How many stress
I
do you have
rolled.
so far?
With this new 6, now I have 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I rolled a 2, which means you do take a fallout.
Why don't you just kill him?
And I'm going
Smoker
to say...
explodes, shrapnel.
I'm going to say because...
And it destroys the haven.
Accident
So
prone.
this is a minor fallout because it was 2. And I'm going to say because you're trying to fix this thing, you will take another damage, another fallout to your supplies. And I think... Where did you get this item from?
It's from my apiary, like class or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Would you say, like, as a character, you, like, received it from someone, you bought it? Like, how did you get it?
No.
I'm going to say when I was inducted into the hive, they have temples and gatherings for the different congregates. And this is one of the things that are bestowed upon you. And I had specified that my chains of absolution are what I attach this smoker to. So it's like also wrapped up with my like shame of defying my null society or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm going to say the supply, it's already broken. It's already broken. Like you can't really do anything with it.
Oh, darn it.
But now by trying to fix it with your other supplies, you are now used up. Your stocks are depleted of crucial items. Something has spoiled or someone's stolen something vital from your bag. You cannot use any healing items you own.
Yikes.
Well, maybe it's darkest right before the dawn.
Which is good that you healed Nox before this happened.
I healed Promise.
Promise, yes. Sorry. Great. So yes, everyone is mended up, more or less. And you are now in Ghorryn. What are you doing?
I have a question. What does like a haven and heart look like? Because we're in a cave of some sort?
No. So there are different havens. Havens are not a specific thing. It's just more of a type of location.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really described Ghorryn to you that much. You all didn't really get a chance to take it in yet. You've just
How do you
entered
spell this, by the way?
Ghorryn. So yeah,
GH
you all
what?
didn't. Orryn.
It's so
Thank
like
you, Rose
Christian girl autumn like baby naming.
Ghorryn.
Like Kayla.
Okay, Mikey, you were about to paint us a word picture.
I needed to know.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. So you all didn't really have a chance to get a sense of the city yet. You walked in, and what you know is the heart is something unknowable, something strange and different. But Ghorryn is a community of people who try to define it, specifically led by balladry. As you look up and get a sense of this place, you see these walls of various shapes and sizes of buildings not ramshackle or partially made by people in a hurry, but carefully planned. And as you take a closer look, you see they all lead together towards a central spire in the middle of this city. This spire, almost like a tower, where at the top you can see a singular hole, a singular window through which a small puff of smoke comes out, and you can see various instruments from inside. And as you look, the people of the town look back at you, but not with any kind of malice or discontent, really more of just a cursory glance, sizing you up, making sure you're not dangerous or anything. And then they all bury their faces back into their books that they carry at their side. Various manuscripts, things like that. They all seem to be absorbed in what they're reading.
This is my kind of place.
And we are here to do what with balladry again? Just
Trying to talk.
He
I think.
knows about, or at least says he knows about the secrets of the heart. And for each of your different goals, learning more about the heart is necessary.
I'm going to walk up to the nearest person and I'm going to say, excuse me, do you know how we can seek an audience with balladry?
Yeah, so you do that. You walk up and you see this small, diminutive scholar. She is kind of cloaked in this raggedy dress as she looks through these sheafs of paper, and she kind of glances up at you past her small bifocals. What?
We are seeking an audience with balladry. Post haste, please.
Yes. And you see she flips through her massive stack of papers, and she says, if you want to meet with balladry, well, you have to fill out subsection A of clause 6 of page. I lost it. But it's a pretty long process. I've been trying to meet with him for a while, but I've gotten a little caught up myself.
Can I grab the papers and like pull them down so this person has to look me in the eyes? And I say, where do you meet with Baldry?
I'll say you can do that. Actually, give me a D10. I think this is I'll say this is
Compel?
kind of compel. Yeah.
This feels
Persuasion
like
and
compel.
intimidation of any kind.
Yeah.
For sure.
Pride is visibly pissed right now.
At me?
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 10. I rolled 1 die and I got a 10.
Nice. Okay, yeah, succeed dramatically and increase outgoing stress die by 1
And
step.
I would like to say I was trying to scare and intimidate this person.
Well
I
on our
wasn't-
way to destroying this
Yes.
place.
Great. Yeah, I'll say roll a d6 for me real quick. 2. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so that'll be 3 stress directed towards her. Yeah, she completely, as you do this, she melts and says,
Where do we find?
he's up in the tower, but you see, like there's no way to get in there. Like I've gone up to the door, but like nobody answers.
There's
he's up there.
There's still some blood from the heart on my mouth, and I think I let go of her hands and wipe the blood and say thank you and leave.
She faints.
I try to catch her before she hits the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll say you can catch her. It's not like too hard.
well, why are you grabbing her? I don't think she's got anything worth stealing.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I wonder if I'm the real monster. I set the lady down and walk forward.
Great. Yeah, so you all walk forward. So you're going straight for the tower?
I'm curious if any of the people we're walking past look like not just scholars, but hunters. The tough, rough folk.
Good question. I'm going to say I feel like this is a discern.
It seems like a discern.
Yeah. Now give me a discern. And I'll say this. We've briefly discussed it, but this area is a haven, and it's an occult haven.
An occult haven, I do not have that domain.
Are you sure it's not a cult Warren?
Really tight space.
It's a
now.
specific haven because we're going to either destroy or save it.
Yeah, and remember, the type of location it is can change.
So a 10 is like really, really good, right?
10 is great.
What is a 1?
1 is a critical fail. Did you roll a 1?
The gnolls are down.
Nose are down. Nose are down.
The hyenas are not laughing.
So you rolled a 1? Great. Excellent. I'm going to roll a d6, and I'm going to roll it
Love
twice.
it.
You don't have to.
I rolled a
You don't have
6,
to. You don't have to do that.
and I rolled a 5. Hell
Yeah,
What does
yeah.
that
you're allowed to change the rules if they don't serve you.
Yeah, but we have a rules lawyer here, so I don't think she'd let me get away with that.
Listen,
So you are looking around, and you cannot find anyone else who's a hunter. It all looks like very weak, kind of spindly people. There
I
might
get a
have been
migraine surrounded by these nerds.
yeah. You see all these nerds, and you're just instantly kind of assaulted by their uncoolness. And you take 11 stress to mind.
Holy shit.
I want to do that.
And we
Good
are
luck
going
not
to
taking
roll
Fallout on that
a
one.
d12. And I rolled a 7. So that means you take a major fallout.
Oh my god. Is my stress cleared? But
Your stress is cleared for
track.
mind in that track. But you are going to take a major fallout.
Major rocks.
I'm trying to decide what's fun. Oh.
I'm coping with the weirdness of this strange haven.
I think this is fun. I think this is really fun.
Oh no.
You looking for hunters. You're trying to find some people who are like you, but you only see scholars. You only see people buried in their books. And suddenly, something within your mind snaps, and you become unsettling. This means you behave in a weird manner, causing your companions discomfort. This functions as shaken, and any friendly character who sees you perform the act takes D6 mind stress.
Perform that act?
Yeah, perform. So your mind cracks and reforms in primal instinctive patterns. So you now have some kind of action you do. It could be, you can decide this to cope with your mind breaking in this way. And anytime anyone else sees you perform this action, they take D6 mind stress.
When the teacher turns around, get up and nay-nay.
When I tell you, I'm going to be staring at you.
I'm wondering if we should do a podcast classic and take this in a regurgitation direction. Because that would
Oh, you mean
ruin my mind.
Someone is
man,
trying
that's
very
fun.
badly
that
to-
heart didn't sit well.
Yeah.
It's not.
fun.
It's not that. I think it's a mind stress, right? I think I'm just really anxious right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
tummy
yeah.
troubles.
I
It's
love
like-
this.
I think Nox is like pulling into themselves and like wanting to fit in means rejecting the heart. So I think in this moment, he just kind of.
What are you doing?
And you can see his mouth kind of fills up, and then he quickly swallows, and that's the action. It's just, ugh.
And everyone.
I was
takes
not looking.
I was
Okay.
looking. Do
Everyone
we
who
roll?
everyone who sees this takes D6 mind stress. So let me. Okay. Also, Rules Lawyer, tell me, am I doing this wrong? Should they have been rolling their stress, or am I?
I'm just kind of curious for this one. Like, do we each take a different D6 or do we take the same D6? You know what I mean?
I think it's different for each person. So yeah, let me. So this is for promise. Unless
I
y'all
don't think it
want to
really
roll for
matters
yourself.
who rolls.
I
Yeah,
don't
y'all could
mind.
roll the D6 for yourselves.
I got a 5.
It's kind of funny
Yay!
because it's
Yeah, baby. I cast spells with mastery now.
All right, Grex.
I rolled
roll
a
your-
6.
You rolled a 6. Great.
You were
so
talking about regurgitating, and I thought you meant repeating something, but you also meant regurgitating, so it was a regurgitation.
I have one terrible, horrible bit on this podcast. and
Welcome to Throw Up Play Game, where we throw up every game, apparently.
Okay, content warning, vomit.
I already did that, didn't
Yeah,
I?
so first we're going to roll for promise.
I
I'm going to
throw
roll
up
the
earlier?
D12. You might have. Yes,
No, I
you
didn't.
did. Oh,
Did I?
wait. Yeah, because you ate the heart. Yeah, so
Well,
I'm
it's
going to roll
really
a D.
sad that now you threw up because you ate the heart, even though you like the heart. You know, like I think it's because of the heart for you.
Okay, how much stress do you have total? Promise. How much
This
stress do you have
null
total?
can't hold. Oh, me?
Promise. Yes.
9.
Okay, I'm going to roll D12.
This shit is
I
infinite.
rolled a 10, so you do not take a fallout.
Excellent.
And now I'm going to roll for you, Grex. How much do you have?
What is the 6 I rolled for? That feels good.
That's for mind. You took 6 mind
That's your
stress.
stress.
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
So how much
That
total stress
feels
do you have?
good. 6.
16.
60. Oh my
Total?
God! So you
We're
are
talking
guaranteed.
total?
the
Hold
total,
on.
Yeah.
After
Are we
Total
talking
stress.
total?
Total.
And when I took the fallout, did that clear anything or no?
Yes, that clears
cleared
everything in the
from-
track.
From that track, what from
Supplies?
supplies?
All right, and then it's a 10 then.
Still,
Oh,
I rolled a
good.
7.
So you clear mind. That's
So
good.
you clear mind, but you take a major mind fallout.
The gnolls are down.
Yeah, we're not doing great.
I feel okay about this because as an apiarist, like, because my mind is like of a group think.
A hive mind.
The mind stress works differently. I don't quite know how yet, but I feel hopeful.
Like, is
Aren't
that a
I,
game
Mikey?
mechanic?
Yes,
Shouldn't I?
you feel despair. Just kidding. You, I like this one for your character. You suddenly you have these memories, these things that don't make sense to you when you're looking back at your past. When you're looking back at all of these things that you've done and the penance that you are performing now, you understand most of it, but some of the connecting thoughts are now gone, and you now have memory holes. You did things that you can't quite recall. While you step outside or during downtime, all the other players work with the GM to determine what you did that you blocked away from your mind. These are generally pretty awful things. They can
Oh
have
my
happened
God.
up to a year ago in game time or immediately upon suffering fallout. Your character has zero memory of the events, but everyone else involved knows what happened.
That's so
So-
dope.
We
That's
get to
so
gaslight
fun.
you. We get to
That's
gaslight.
So, yes.
Except it's real. It's just we
Except
know
it's
things.
real. Yep. But you cannot remember.
Okay,
So this can
I
happen
will
up to a
go-
year in the past or immediately.
Okay, so I'll take my headphones off.
I have
Oh,
something.
actually, I didn't think about that function.
I have
so,
an
yeah,
idea.
What's your idea?
My idea is if we've been traveling together for at least a little while, there's been at least one time where I have told them or they have figured out that I am the one who found them and they've like tried
Blocked
to
it
kill
out.
me
Oh,
and then
shit.
and then they forgot.
I love that. I
do
love
we
that a
feel
lot.
about that?
Let's go with
Oh,
that.
no.
That's sick.
Does anyone else want to pepper in anything? I don't know.
No,
Like,
that's funny. I don't. Should we bring it up ever again? I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
try to avoid
100%.
it because,
Oh, dear.
like,
Yikes.
hey Tori, can you hear? Not yet. Hey,
But we figured it out.
yeah, we couldn't actually think of anything, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, good. Thanks, y'all. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't think I'd do
anything
anything horrible.
You didn't
Yeah.
do anything bad or
That doesn't
awful or
sound like me.
anything like that.
To any of us.
Nah, I wouldn't.
I was just trolling.
I was just Nolan.
I just know.
Hey.
That's like a hyena.
When the Viltrumites ask Omni-Man who he cosplayed on Earth, I was just Nolan.
That was really good.
I didn't get that one.
His name's Nolan. Nolan, like Nolan.
Oh, okay. No, no,
Nolan
wait, who?
North.
Omni-Man and...
Omni-Man, that's his fake Earth name.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. Hey, Knox. Is your stomach okay?
I'm sorry that you have to see that. I don't feel very comfortable in this place.
Oh, it's all right. We'll be out of here soon. I just feel sorry you swallowed it back up. You know us dogs love to... First time it was nice, but love to eat it twice. Am I right?
That was good. Great. Yeah. So
I continued walking past, like I just kept going to the destination
also-
while that was
I-
happening.
I think I'm, like, tugging on Pride's sleeve a little bit. Do
Excuse me?
you think it's him? Do you think it's him?
Who?
This Baldry, do you think it's him?
Do I think it's the man you saw?
Yeah, it could be,
No.
right? It could be.
I don't think so.
Different name, hiding. Maybe.
Different. This person is dead.
I imagine that,
I don't know.
he'd be dead and
The
move
heart is
around the
unexplained.
heart.
I don't know. If it was,
Wouldn't you need to be dead to know the truth of the heart?
says who?
It just seems. It seems like that's the pull.
That seems a little lofty for my understanding of what it is. I think that it's probably less complicated than that.
I think it could be.
As you all are talking and walking forward, you can see out of the corners of your eyes towards the edges of the town. You didn't really notice it before, but this area of the heart is massive. Like it's a large dome, like it extends up into the sky in this blackness. But there are clear borders of kind of walls of stone with various gashes, one of which you all walked from. But as you look out of the corners of your eyes, you can see the walls, the buildings of the city kind of expand. Like as the
Like
stone
moving?
as the stone reshapes itself and adds to the outside.
Huh.
Unsettling.
Does the tower remain in the same spot?
Remains in the same spot.
I'd like to open my sense of taste and smell to magical powers and see if I can follow any source of. I think I'm going in the direction that she pointed us, but also trying to find source of strong magic.
Yeah, give me a discern roll.
And this is an occult area, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I have occult. So that's 3 because I have discern and I have occult.
Beautiful.
That, it wasn't great, but it was a 6. I got 2 2s and a 6.
Great. I roll a d6. You take 1 stress to, I'll just say this is to, I'll say this is to mind, I think, because you're trying to discern.
Okay.
And I'll also roll a d12. How much stress do you have in total?
Okay. Since I'm opening up to magic, would echo make sense?
Yeah, I'll say echo can make sense. You take 1 stress to echo.
Okay.
And let me roll a d12. I rolled a 4.
Cool.
So yeah, you take a fallout.
I will clear my echo track.
Beautiful. Yeah, you take a stressed echo, and you are going to take a minor fallout to echo. Oh, this is fun. This is really fun. Oh, really
I love how excited
interesting.
you get when you cause us harm. It's very fun. It's like, it is fun. I do love it, you know?
So you've been having these visions, these things, the ways you see, you've seen stuff. You've already been affected with a minor fallout to echo, but now you suddenly feel this hunger grow within you. You have tasted the heart, and you now have this craving for unusual taboo things rather than good, honest meat and drink, rusted metal, living creatures, vermin, effluvia, used clothing, etc. Next time you visit a haunt and attempt to refresh blood or mind stress, you must seek out this weirdness and indulge in it. Otherwise, you'll be unable to refresh. Once you've sought out the weirdness, remove this fallout. This fallout can be upgraded. I wasn't supposed to read that part. But yeah, you now have this appetite for something strange and weird.
Interesting. Was it a partial success? Do I also...
Yes. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, it was a partial success. So yeah, you feel this kind of craving for the heart, like even more so than you did before. But you also get the sense you're trying to find magical sources. Is that what you're trying to do?
That is true. And the way that it says it is, I can smell sources of magical power. The more potent and active, the more pungent, and different types of magic have different scents.
Right. Here's the fascinating thing. The strongest sense you are getting is from the tower. Yes, there is a large amount of magic emanating from there. However, every single person walking past you also smells of this magic.
The same magic?
Yep.
Does it feel like everyone is sharing in the magic, or does it feel like everyone is under the under the control of the magic?
Interesting. It feels like a mixture of both.
Okay. And do I smell it on my companions?
No.
Okay, we're not infected yet.
Nope.
Well, I suppose we should head towards the tower.
What are you gonna ask, Grex?
Is it like the Wizard of Oz? We each get a question?
Well, we're learning about the heart, I feel like.
It's an old Knoll story. You wouldn't understand.
What would you want to learn?
I'd want to learn how to forgive myself and find a new place for myself. Right now, I'm just happy being a companion of Nox's and finding whatever adventure we can down here. But to serve some higher purpose, perhaps fulfilling what the Hive wants me to, would really bring me a peace of mind I haven't felt in a while.
You all have this conversation as you are getting closer and closer to the tower. And you see that this large, spiraling stone structure is now directly in front of you. And now, on your walk here, you didn't really notice it, but now you were kind of on a rise where a slight hill out looking at the rest of the town, and you can see these walls and the way in which all of the buildings are arranged kind of spiderweb out from this one central point. And yeah, you were right in front of the tower. No guards, no kind of security, just a single small wooden door.
Why did it just, if it, I'm a little suspicious if this lady was so concerned about getting in, but
I think they're tied up in bureaucracy.
And
I think
in what way are we not? They'll just let us in?
you have to submit to a system to be beholden to it.
Well, if you're willing to touch the door first, promise, I say see what happens if you touch the handle.
Are you touching it? Promise?
Yeah.
Yeah, door swings open, and you see an empty, barren room. There's nothing in here.
I'm mad that there's nothing in here. Not me, Emma. Promise is gonna.
Yeah, it's
search.
the only thing in here is a spiraling staircase where you might expect, a welcoming room, people kind of milling about. It's just barren.
Nox is gonna rush in and then, once out of sight, kind of hang out under the stairs and just deep breaths.
Great. Cool. Yeah, you do that.
I will take the lead on this because I feel this information will manifest in a valuable way for my cause.
The last time I let you take the lead, you screwed us out of our contract, if I remember correctly.
Yes, well, this information is a little bit less tangible. This boon that we may seek is a little less tangible than the objects we were assigned to last time. So if you believe you can manifest the value of this person's knowledge, be my guest. But I believe that my masters will be very pleased by this.
While they're debating, can I roll sneak to head
Yeah, you
up?
can roll sneak. Yeah, you can roll sneak.
You could also just walk up.
Yeah, but I don't want you to notice me. And I don't want whoever's up there to notice me. I got a 10.
Beautiful. Yeah, you kind of disappear into the darkness of this tower as you ascend the spiraling staircase, where other people might make noise, spread the dust that you see on the steps. You are able to pass by completely unnoticed, and you make your way up the stairs. Yeah, as you get up the stairs, you notice the spiraling staircase goes much higher than you think should be possible for the size of this building. But eventually you come to another door at the very top.
I don't think I opened that door yet. I think that I've got my drawings out, and I'm flipping through all of them, trying to prepare myself. But if they come up, I think that I'm stuck there for a long time.
And in conclusion, negotiation is my specialty, so that's why I should be the first to go up. And I turn.
I've been yawning the whole time.
Where is Promise?
Oh, she's
Can you sniff her out, Nox?
Well, there's one way to go.
All right. I'll tell you what, you two can go ahead of me and I'll just take the rear and I'll be quiet as a mouse.
You know what, Grex? I think you should take the lead.
Oh, Jiminy Crickets.
Were you not listening to a single word I said?
Me?
I mean,
Either of you, I suppose.
I just think they have what it takes.
Let's go see what Promise thinks. And with that, I'll scamper up the stairs with my tails between my legs.
Great, yeah. Everyone is going up these stairs. And as you go up, you also notice what Promise noticed, the door at the very top of the staircase. But you look down, and Promise, you notice this too. Below you, there's no railings to this staircase. It's not thin necessarily. You could walk two abreast, but you look down below you and you cannot see the room you were in. You just see blackness.
I do want to double check that because I do have the ability Darkling Eyes, which allows me to see perfectly clear in dark spaces.
Okay.
Pushes up glasses.
Actually.
You
So is
see
it dark or magic?
You do see something way
I don't like that.
far below.
What do you mean?
What you think are tendrils.
Bow pulled out, and then I'm looking behind me.
There's something down there.
Thought it was just an empty room. Weren't we just there?
Tendrils. Things are moving. This place is not normal.
I'd like to. Can I use my many eyes to release the bees and just see what these upper and lower levels look like? Is there time, or are we like in combat?
We're not in combat. Yeah, you could do that. I'm going to say you release your bees and you look around, and they fly back down to where you were before. They don't see anything.
What about under the door that we're waiting to go into?
Oh.
Yeah, this is fun.
You all have to deal with the bees. They won't sting you, but
Your bees go under the door, and you see what looks like a waiting room. It's a small room with some very austere chairs kind of placed in various corners. No one's waiting in there except a singular Elfir. And as you look at this person, you recognize them.
oh,
This is
fiddlesticks.
somebody you know. It's the betrothed of Lost Ice Mirth.
You're
My
kidding.
hackles stand up. Does the betrothed look like comfortable there, or
You
like
see, he is kind of pacing back and forth, scratching at the back of his neck as he flips through some papers in front of him and occasionally looks towards a door at the end of the room with a sign dangling above the door saying, "Closed," or "Please wait."
With that, I'll retract my bees and I'll look at everyone and I'll say, at this point, I don't know whether I'd like to have the tendrils or the door, but I think I have to go in there.
What is in there?
Something I need to confront, and I'll open the handle
Beautiful.
or whatever.
Yeah, you do this. As you open the door, you see the Elfir swing his face towards you all, and a sneer crosses his lips as he looks at you. "Hello, Grex. What are the odds I would see you down here?"
I don't know. There was only one reason I was driven down here. I can't imagine coming down here when you've got the most perfect thing in the world above ground. Where is he? Is he
Yes.
okay?
Oh, well, Lost Ice Mirth? I wouldn't worry about him if I were you. You have a little bit of a problem of your own, don't you? He looks at your chains wrapped around your arms and laughs. "I see you all are here to meet Balladry to learn some kind of secret about the land down here."
Are you not Balladry?
Me? No, of course not. I prefer to stay above, but occasionally one has to come down for their own financial gain. As he looks at you, Pride and says, "As fellow Alfir, I've heard a few things about you, and it appears you've run on hard times, haven't you?"
You don't know anything about me, you piece of
don't-
garbage.
Oh, my dear, please don't be so droll. Don't know anything about you. Why, I know everything there is to know. I know you need some money, is it? I could give you a little pittance, perhaps, if you were to say, as he proffers his foot forward, lick my boots.
I take off my glasses and I walk forward. You want to do nothing more than spend every single cent you've got left until you've nothing to your name. And I'm going to cast Crave.
Ooh, fun! What is this roll?
What?
I roll Compel plus Haven to cast it on an NPC. And I rolled a 10. And I can instill a great desire. If this is unusual to them, it is risky. So I guess I'll remove that 10. I imagine this would be unusual to them, right?
Yes.
Want to spend money?
Or
Yeah.
like to...
Well,
Spend
I
it
don't
on
know.
what?
Anything.
Like,
I guess maybe
are
it's not
they-
unusual.
Is he already like frivolous with his money, or is he?
I'll
not?
say he's already kind of frivolous with his money. I don't think this is necessarily that unusual. Because I think
Okay.
this is really
Does he-
fun.
Does he have a ring? Are they formally married?
That's
You
what you're
look
worried
at-
about.
You look at his hand and you notice there is a tan line along where people would normally wear a
Divorce.
ring.
Oh,
Not
Or-
necessarily.
Or he's just taking the ring off so that nobody knows he's married down here.
Pride. Pride. I'm worried whatever you do to him will somehow reflect on Mirth. Please just at least think about it. I know he's kind of rude, but he's taking care of someone I really care about.
My dear, it is already done.
Yeah. Describe to me the effects of this spell.
Well, I have the Addict edition. They desire till end of session descend to violence or lose mind in despair if not gotten.
Oh.
Start with me.
Glasses back on.
I'll take that pittance now, thank you.
Oh, man. You see as his hands, he looks at his hand as it starts to shake. Oh, what? No. As he reaches into his pockets and he pulls out heaps of gold and other silver and just throws it towards you and he reaches into his bags and he begins to just shovel out money and tosses it all towards you. And he tries to pull his hand back, but he can't.
does he throw a ring?
You see as he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a ring, and he holds it in between his fingers, and he drops it to the ground.
Well, at least we know he considers it valuable.
He, with all of his money gone,
That
he
I'll
now
gently
stands
scoop up and
looks directly at you, Pride. You just from a minor fallen house. What do you know about true power in the above?
I pull my bow back and I start walking forward.
You know what they say about pride, my friend, don't you?
Oh man.
And what it comes before?
Give me are you gonna give me a compel? Yeah, I'll say are you trying
I'm helping.
Yeah, you're helping? Yeah, who's doing
Yeah.
are you compelling Pride?
I'm good at compelling, that's my thing.
Great, yeah, do it.
And I'm good at pulling back my bow.
So I have compel, and the domain would be...
Haven, yeah, it's still.
I have that too, baby. So I got 4 dice?
Yeah.
I don't mind if I do.
God.
That's a 10, baby.
Yeah, you watch as he crumples before you, and his eyes kind of roll back into his head as... Well, I've already gotten what I wanted from here. And he points directly at you, Grex. You want him?
Yes.
Well, he's a disgrace upon Alfir to associate with gnolls.
I know it's all my fault.
And he, as he backs towards the door. Well, you think Balladry will talk to you? He's told me already everything there is to know, and there's nothing, just the endless below. Well, if you want Lost Icemouth, you can have him, but, and before he can think of any witty remark, as walking backwards outside the door, he slips and begins to tumble down the stairs as you hear this cracking sound as he falls down towards the ground.
Pride cometh before the fall.